Welcome to another episode of Ethekwini Matters. I'm your host, Simpiwe Dlamini. Today in studio we are joined by Mr. Lihle Ndzelu, who is the head of Revenue Management Unit in the Ethekwini Municipality. Today we're going to be talking about the recently reinstated debt relief program. Mr. Ndzelu, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Maybe let's start with your unit. What do you guys do there at Revenue Management Unit?
Revenue Management Unit, it's a unit which deals with ensuring that the municipality is able to recover all the revenues. But it doesn't start at recovery. Recovery is the last stage. So we started calculating what we need to recover from customers. For example, rates, property rates, which is a tax. And we also calculate the consumption of what you have consumed as a customer, like your water or electricity, and then we read that consumption and process it, and then we come up with what is called an account at the end of the month. Yeah. So once the account is out, then you have a responsibility as a customer to come and pay for what you have consumed. Then our responsibility is to ensure that it's recovered, what has been billed. Yeah.
So you mentioned the fact that I have a responsibility as a customer to come and pay. Kubaleke ngani ukuthi njengaba customer masipala sikhokhele ikweleti?
Yeah, kubaluleke ngokuthi phela uma sikhokhela izikweleti sisiza ukuthi nomasipala ukwazi ukusa izingqalasizinda kubahlali. So manje mangaba singakhokhi ngeke sikwazi ukuthola lokho ama-services. So ama-services adepende kule mali esiyikhokhayo, because mangaba sithola ama-services ifuneke siwakhokhele sizokwazi ukuqhubeka siwathola. So ukulungisa izinto eziningi kufana nemigaqo, ukulungisa Lihle, ukulungisa amanzi, yonke leyo nto kufuneka sikhokhele. Yeah. So ama-services ke lawo siwakhokhelayo.
Yeah. So you've got a program called the Debt Relief Program. Can you tell us more about this program and why was it established?
Okay. The Debt Relief Program came because you know that customers, they always also have situations where they will be affected by economic situation of the country or even of the world. So due to economic times, hard times, then you'll find that customers will also have challenges. And then they end up failing to pay on time their accounts. Like, for example, recently there was a COVID in 2020, which really affected customers. Most of the customers lost jobs. Others, they had to cut their salaries in their jobs. So now you find that you have to continue paying something which you can't afford. Then that resulted to the municipal debtors book, or what is owed to the municipality, to be growing. For example, as I speak with you, the municipality at the end of September is owed about 26 billion. So that 26 billion needs to be recovered. But now the council, what has decided is that let's give relief to customers so that we can write some of the amounts they owe. So if they come and make arrangements. But when they come and make those arrangements, there must be conditions. Because you can't just wake up and decide that I'm writing off your debt without any conditions and commitments. So that's why the debt relief came. So this is the third relief in 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, this one which is being done.
Okay. So masibheka nje busho ukuthi olesithathu lo hlelo eminyakeni o2 edlule. Masibuka abantu ngabe bayalithakasela balisukumela phezulu bafika emaofisini kamasipala ukuthi bazothi hayi cha nginenkinga ngiyahluleka ukukhokha. Since naliqala lo hlelo lo ngabe abantu bayalithakasela.
Yeah, abantu bayalithakasela kodwa ke asikabikho kwizinga la sijabula khona ukuthi sesithole le numbers lesikade sifuna. Bayalithakasela bona kodwa ke kusekhona laba abangezi. Ngoba nje mangenza nje isibonelo kule yokugcina besinayo ephele ngo February ngokuqala lo nyaka. Abantu abezile ngaphambili they were 6,000, of which is 6,000 on customers which are more than 600,000 into encane leyo. So balithakalasela lona but inkinga beza kancane. Yiko ke sinethemba ukuthi ngalesikhathi lesi salolu hlelo olukhona bazoza kakhulu ngoba nomeya naye nje was kumanye ama media platforms nationally, so naye esazisa ngalolu hlelo. Nathi sinama programs esifuna ukwenza, sihambe siye la kumasizakala nakwezinye indawo ezabahlali bazi kakhulu ngalolu hlelo.
Manje umuntu ke ogonetayo ofisa ukungena kulo hlelo yini ekumele ayazi mhlawumbe?
Okufuneka kwazi ukuthi oqala kufuneka abekweleta ukusukela kwenyanga ezintathu lento okuthiwa 90 days.
Okay.
Ngoba mawukweleta u60 days okanye u30 days isikweleti esincane leso. So kufuneka abekweleta ukuqala ku90 days. Mayeza ke uzofika afike asayine isivumelwano ukuthi uyafuna ukungena kulolu hlelo. Kodwa lo hlelo ke lunama conditions. Ama conditions ekufuneka amelane nawo aze ayoqeda lesivumelwano sakhe esayinile, ngoba phela mangaqedi kuyaphela konke lokho bekusayinile, sibuyela emuva la kade sikhona before afike. So kodwa ke okumnandi ngalolu hlelo ukuthi kunama benefits akhona la when a person engena kulolu hlelo asayine masithi inyanga ezintathu uzothola ukuphulelwa interest yonke. Interest yakhe izocishwa yonke.
Okay.
Kubuye futhi kube khona lokho akade ukweleta ukuthi masithi ubekweleta u100,000 mayingene ku3 months, lapho uno 15% which is 15,000 ozophulwa nje ngaphezulu kwale interest ekade iphuliwe. So kuzodependa ukuthi ungene kweziphi inyanga. So sino 1 to 3 months, sino 3 months to 6 months, sino 6 months to 12 months, sino 12 months to 24 months. Then sibe no 24 months to 36 months. Kodwa mawuthathe olungaphezulu ka 24 months to 36 months sikophulela kuphela interest. Phofa siyophula siyayicisha. Sicisha kuphela interest.
Okay. Yeah. So if I was part of the previous debt relief program and I defaulted, do I qualify to then come back to you guys and say, hey, I defaulted, can you guys give me another chance?
Yes. We always remember we're trying to assist customers here. So we don't want to be punitive and say because you didn't honor your first one, then we were not even going to consider you. You were still allowed to come and make another arrangement. Even if you did an arrangement and you were honoring it, but now you decide that no, what I chose in the first one was 24 months or above 24 months, where I was only going to get interest only write-off. Now I want the capital write-off, now I want to change, then you are allowed to do that.
Okay. So what do you regard as defaulting? I'm asking this because do I default because I'm not honoring the arrangement at all, or I default because I'm paying less than what I had agreed to pay?
Both. Paying less than what you agreed to pay, or not honoring or paying on the dates you're supposed to pay at. You are defaulting. Yeah.
So how do you then assist someone, because this person is willing to pay, but is paying less than what was the agreement?
Yeah, the problem when you pay less than what was the agreement, then you are defeating the objectives of the whole program. Because now, remember when we make calculations, for you for 3 months. You say you want to take a 3 months period. Then we calculate for you on that 3 months. This is how much you must pay for the 3 months. Then once you pay less, then you are not going to be able to honor or to settle your debt, because the debt relief program is to allow you to settle your debt. So now you pay short, then you won't be able to settle it in 3 months. Already you have not honored your agreement. But what we have done, because we have experienced in the past debts programs, was that people are supposed to pay let's say on the last day of the month, and then they fail to pay on the last day of the month, and then the benefit will lapse. But now what we've put how do you call it, the grace period, of 3 months, saying, okay, we'll allow you a grace period of 3 months, at least if you can still correct yourself in that 3 months, then you can be able to reinstate.
I see now with the new, not the new, but this year's, this financial year debt relief program, you've included NPOs now, but you have decided to exclude government parastatals. Why is that?
Okay, we have included NPOs because we have experienced a lot of challenges with the NPOs due to post-COVID era, where they experienced a lot of financial difficulties. So they've been coming forward to us saying they don't have money, their subsidies were cut, the donors are no more available, you know. Then that's why we've included them. Said, okay, the way to assist this, because they owe the city big monies, and we understand the kind of responsibilities they have where they assist communities to deal with their families, which sometimes they can't be able to provide care to those families. So hence we've came up with this 50% write-off. But also that 50% write-off is not just like that. They still have to commit, and we are giving them a period of 12 months to honor after they've been given that relief. So they must honor that arrangement for the 12 months post the arrangement.
So by NPOs, do you also include churches? Because during the budget consultations, we had a lot of, when the mayor was engaging the religious sector, one thing that we're complaining about is that the municipality, most churches are being charged as businesses as opposed to NPOs. Do they also fall under the category of NPOs?
No, by NPOs we are referring to those non-profit organizations which are defined by the Tax Act. So there is a way the Tax Act is defining them. So even when they come and apply, they need to provide all those kind of information. So they must be registered as non-profit organization in compliance with the Tax Act requirements.
No, okay.
Yeah.
And then let's come to, we've got municipal employees as well. Do they also qualify for this program?
Yes. They are customers.
Okay.
They are not different to ordinary customers, so they qualify if they come and make arrangements.
I see. Maybe let's go back to the question that I asked you. You decided to exclude the government parastatals, and then why is that decision?
No, government is government. We can't be spoon-feeding government. So they have a responsibility to pay. So it won't be fair that we'll give government who's supposed to be leading by example and paying their accounts, so that they are excluded on those bases. Yeah.
Are you able to share how much they're owing us?
Yeah, but they are paying. We deal with them and they are not paying. We're sitting with cases now where we disconnected government departments, and they are begging us to reconnect. We say, but National Treasury and the MFMA is very clear that you can't be owing, and if you are owing, we must report you to National Treasury. So yeah.
Ndzelu sezivala nje mhlawumbe khona ongafisa uku-add mayelana nale program lesikhuluma ngayo?
Hayi, ngingaqeda nje ukuthi abahlali mabahambe baye kuma-Sizakala centers bayobuza ngalolu hlelo, bazofike baboniswe, bacacisele ukuthi luhamba kanjani, basizwe nokusizwa-ke. So ya nawo nje singakutsho ukuthi nje mabahambe luzobasiza, because awungeke phela akukho lula ukuthi nje ungavele uthole ukuthi i-interest yakho engu-20,000 izovela icikwe nje kanjalo, and then bese kuthiwa hayi ngoba ubusowisha u-100,000 sesizavele nje sithathe u-15,000 nawo simcishe, you know. So kuzokwenza umehluko kakhulu. So yiko sibakhuthaza ukuthi abaphume ngobuningi babo.
Eminye imibuzo kade beyibuza kakhulu kuma social media platforms wethu ukuthi makade ama-services wami disconnectiwe sengiza ngaphambili kumele ngize ngiqede ukukhokha before a-reinstate noma ngesikhathi ngiza ngaphambili aya-reinstate same time.
Ukusayina kwakho nje uvuma ukuthi nayo indlela ofuna ukwenza ngayo wena ukhokha ngayo hayi sikubuyisela inkonzo zakho.
No. Well, that's all we had for you in this edition of Ethekwini. Do join us next week for another episode.